This is my Levoit humidifier. This is the most silent humidifier that I've ever purchased. In fact, this humidifier is both silent and effective, which is surprising because it's often hard to even get an effective humidifier. So this one both has a silent component and it's effective. Okay, I've just brought the humidifier back from refilling and I'll power it on. So now it's resaturating the filters that we saw before. Here's the sleep mode that I would recommend for music rooms. For instance, you can see that the fan is moving down here, but it's extremely quiet. Now if I want to rapidly humidify this room, I'll put the setting up to 50% and the fan will sound stronger now to get it up that way. I could also change the fan speed to make it go as quickly as possible. Now this is like a strong fan setting. I can clearly feel the air passing through my fingers. The lowest fan setting is what I would call silent mode, which is where you could barely hear the fan at all. This is auto mode. It will bring the room to a comfortable relative humidity in as little time as possible. So this is working its way up to about 50%. What I can do is put this humidifier into sleep mode and then turn off the lights so that there's no light radiating within the room. I turn the light back on with just a simple press of a button so I can see what's going on here. Okay, let's see what happens if I want to put a timer on. That's 1 hour, 2 hours, all the way up to 12 hours, and then it'll go back to 0 or 1 hour, but I don't want a timer on right now. This is the dry mode, if I'd like the system to dry out. Here's the relative humidity setting. You can go as high as 80% before it goes all the way back to 30. All right, let's see if we can bump the fan up to get this room to a higher relative humidity. Okay, we've brought the humidity up in this room from the low 40s to 50 in about 6 to 8 minutes. 50 is about the highest we want to go, so I'm not going to set it any higher than that. Instead, about 45 is a good place to put it. Now, what I typically do is just put it into sleep mode because it will silently fan and also keep the humidity exactly where we want it. So right now it's on in sleep mode. Every now and then I'll hit the percentage just to check where we're at. It's at 51 even though it's in sleep mode, so I know that it's doing just fine even when the fan is in its lowest power mode. This humidifier is ready to be refilled. I can tell that the 6 gallons is down to about 0 now. So now it's time to refill it. Since I need to refill this, it's quite easy to just lift off this lid and find where I need to go in order to refill. And then all I have to do is put a hose down here to refill it. This humidifier came with this hose, but since this doesn't stick to the sink as well, I'm going to use a different one. Instead, I have this hose, which will create a nice suction from the sink to refill my humidifier. As you can see, I have the hose attached to the sink, and it leads to the humidifier bucket. I'm going to turn the sink on, and I'll allow this to fill for about 6 gallons of water. Here I can easily see the water going up to the halfway point. Okay, so now the bucket is just almost full at about 6 gallons, so we're going to turn it off for now. And we can bring it back to the room. Now I'll put the humidifier away now, and it fits nicely alongside the furniture.